is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, this is Stan Schofield, and I'm inviting all of my KW.
Pinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls. We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12, in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We thank you for listening and we thank you for watching. Download your app. Tell a friend. Call them up. Tell them to download their app. www. New Orleans Talk Network. We also on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And if you like to get in on the conversation today, our number is 1-563-999-1808. Church Without Walls is designed with you. It's a show that was designed with you in mind. We want the community and especially our Christian people to get involved into what's going on in our community. More than to just going to the church house on Sunday, it's also good to know what's going on in the community. And my name is Charles Stewart, and we're co-hosted by Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams. Again, we are here every Monday morning, 11 to 12. So tell your friends to check us out. We take on subjects most people don't want to deal with, but Dr. Williams and myself, we take on any question that you may ask. If you ask us something that we don't know, we guarantee we'll have an answer for you next week. And y'all know we just came out of election, the president. And also, we had many local races. We want to congratulate those that have won already. Judge Michelle Holmes Peters, she won. Also, one of the judges that was on the show a month ago, she won. Judge Piper Griffin, she won. She wasn't in the runoff, but I understand that she's been declared a winner. So we congratulate them that. Don't forget, listening audience, in some of the races just been round one. Some of the races they in a runoff, I think, like the Just Up the Peace, I think Mr. Mark Spears and a gentleman named Mr. Gidret is in runoff for judge, and also many other races that we'll be talking to. I think in 6 weeks they'll have another election for the candidate that is runoff. Quickly, before we get into the show, one hour listening I remember when the show first started with Reverend D. Dunn years ago. 1 hour faithful, very faithful listener that listened to us she could tell me more what happened about the show than I knew. But she gone on, her body gone to be with the Lord. Tomorrow is her funeral tomorrow. And her name was Wyona Watson. A lot of people call her Thales, but anyway, her funeral will be tomorrow, I think, at Rose Funeral Home. For those may not may know her, one thing how visitation start from 9 to 10:45 at Rose Funeral Home in New Orleans. So we're gonna miss her, and but all of us gonna go that way one day, Dr. Williams. So we just want to acknowledge her because she will always tell me everything happened on the show. Dr. Williams, today at many of the local races is over with. Some people were happy and some not so happy. And but one thing that I'm proud of, Dr. Williams, is that our people, we got out, we voted. We led, Dr. Williams always said, if you don't vote, your vote don't count. And I can see that a lot of people all over the country, all over the United States, they must have been listening to you, Dr. Williams. They voted, and their vote was counted. And as y'all know that they have a new president now, and a new vice president. History was made in that race. Mr. Joe Biden is our new elected president, and his vice president happened to be a lady by the name of Kamala Harris. She is the new vice president. She made history by being the first woman to be vice president. She made history by being the first African American and the first Indian. And so we so happy that God let us be here to be a part of this history, Dr. Williams, and I know many times, when I seen that, tears rolled out of my eyes because my mother loved it, the community so much. My mother, I wish my mom would have been here, Dr. Williams, to see that, because she truly would enjoy it. And I know many of our listening audience, I know how some of y'all felt when that happened. And some of y'all may not have felt so good. They got a lot of people voted for Mr. Trump, and I think African Americans said that he got 22%, Dr. Williams, of the African American vote. So I don't see nothing wrong with that, Dr. Williams. People vote for the candidate they chose.
Well, you look at what really was discouraging to me was that they looked at Louisiana as being a red state, and I don't know why. I don't know why that was, but according to most of the people that I talked to around the state, they said that they was voting for Biden. But I'm gonna say something to you that I noticed when I went to the poll to vote. If you press the Biden and Kamala ticket at the top, once you left it and went down and selected all of the other people that you wanted, if you look back up to the top, that light had gone off. And you had to go and press it again. And if you pressed it, it came on, but it went back off. So I don't know if that's a computer error or something that was happening with that, but you had to press it at least about 3 or 4 times in order for that light to stay on.
Okay.
So that was something that was happening in Avondale. Now, I can't say anything about all of the other states on what was happening, but that's something that I noticed.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Williams, like you say, you can't believe Louisiana is a red state. Here the way I've seen that over the years. If you notice in the primary, Biden won Louisiana, and he almost won 2-1. The reason for that, Dr. Williams, is in Louisiana have a law. If you're a Republican, you only can vote for a Republican in the primary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a Democrat, you only can vote for a Democrat. Like, okay, I'm independent. I couldn't vote for either one. But what happened to us is, like, people say, oh, man, I hear people say, we beat Trump 2-1. I said, what happened is, by President Trump didn't have no opponents in Louisiana. They have most all the Caucasian in northern Louisiana is Democrat, but they don't vote Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
if you notice this state, all Republican. Even here in Jefferson Parish where we live, I think you have the only Caucasian I know there's a Democrat that I know it would be our DA, Mr. Conant. But all the rest of the elected officials in Jefferson Parish is Republican. So what happened, Dr. William Hill, and I told some people that I know that in Louisiana, Trump going to get at least 65 to 7% of the vote because those people, they can cross over now. In Northern Louisiana, they're Democrat. And, Sweetport, all you start in Lake Charles, Sweetport, and come back here. Almost the Caucasian, they don't change from Democrat, but they vote Republican. If you know, it was a wonder that the governor, Edward, he got to be, very few, Democrats get to be statewide, get to be elected because for whatever reason the Caucasian, they Democrat, but when they vote, they always vote for a Republican. And then Edward was able to get a lot of those Republican votes, like that from Hammond, Ponchatoula to Kentwood. I think he got his kin folks is like sheriff and the council.
Well, you notice that Dr. Stewart that Trump came down here, and I think it was not Sweetport, Lake Charles.
Lake Charles and Sweetport, yeah.
He was up in those areas trying to, get people to vote for him.
Right.
So he was campaigning in those areas.
You're correct.
Now a lot of people, even though some people at first was for Trump, some of the stuff that Trump did actually killed himself.
Yeah.
Especially when some of the stuff that he did pertaining to black and said pertaining to black, the black boy. And we say African American, but you know something? I'm not an African American. I'm an American. I was born here in America. I am an American.
Okay.
Now you want to put me in a selective group of people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you put me in a selective group of people. I am what I am.
Yep.
My grandparent and all of them was from Africa. But I was born here in America. When you're born here in America, you can't be called nothing else but an American. You want to call me an American Indian. You want to call me African American. I'm an American. That's what I am.
Yeah. Dr. Weave had, I don't know if you were looking at, what it was, Saturday Night Live. I thought it was so funny. Dave Chappelle said he had to put his mask on and go in the grocery store. Clothing store, he said white people looking at him, he had on his mask. He said, I ain't nothing new, he said. He said, back in the day, he said, the Klansmen always did wear masks. So he said, what the difference is wrong with me wearing a mask? But I thought it was so funny, man, the way he said it, only David Chappelle could take anything and make it, he can make you laugh about it the way he put it, but I never thought about that. And another thing, I had another gentleman say that, that Trump was talking about all the people was marching and riding, but he said the Klansmen did that. Said they the one who learned us how to do that. The Klan used to, for somebody they didn't like in the neighborhood, they would put their sheep in march. So that ain't nothing new, people marching. But Dr. William, before we go any further, we're going to move on with our topic today. We want to know, how do y'all vote? So we got to take a commercial. And you ain't got to tell, if your candidate won, you can let us know. If they didn't win, they didn't win. I think everybody, I voted for, most of them won, so I'm happy about that. But anyway, we're going to take a break. And after the break, Dr. William and I will be back. We're going to be talking about the election that happened a couple of days that Trump said he's not leaving yet. You are listening, you are watching Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
This is Charles Stewart.
And the Reverend Dr. Anthony Williams.
We are Church Without Walls.
And we are here today to give you information that you don't normally get at church.
We come your way every Monday morning, 11 to 12.
Call in with your comment or your questions, and we'll be glad to try and answer them for you. If we don't have the answer today, we will get it to you on a message.
Don't you dare miss it.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
We are back. You are listening to Church Without Walls, and Dr. William, we hope everybody had a great week this week. The sun is so pretty outside. It was like that yesterday. But anyway, our topic today, we're talking about the past election they had last Tuesday, and you know they had quite a few candidates on the ballot, local, and of course the president race. Then you had congressman races. Congratulations to Congressman Cedric Richardson, who won re-election. I think this is third or fourth time. Many of y'all may not know, but he was vice chair for the president-elect Biden.
Mm-hmm.
He was the vice chair for that campaign. So, congratulations to him and to the president. Dr. William. Right now on television, people looking and watching Trump saying that he not going to resign. Now, some of the ranking Republicans, I think like Nick Romney and different one, even President George Bush had called Biden up, congratulate him and Kamala, and also dignitaries from all over the world have called in and congratulated Biden for winning. And here it is in the United States. Mr. Trump, who and to me, I think the election was fair. And Dr. Williams, what really get me is that I remember when he beat Hillary Clinton, Hillary was considering protesting a race that she wanted to recount. And Barack Obama called up and told her, no, you don't want to do that. That's not good for the country.
Right.
For you to be protesting that. The people all over the world looking at her. So Kassi called him up and tell him, congratulated. And Barack Obama did that. But I seen, before I came to the studio this morning, I seen Lindsey Graham on television saying, I think the president should exercise his right and protest. I mean, and Trump considering going around doing rallies.
Well, Dr. Stewart, what you got to remember is that you got. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it like this. You got roughly about 80% of the country who's saying, you lost. Resign, get out of there. You ain't resigning, and people put you out of there.
Right.
Because they look at what was that. Now, Trump is finding all kind of analogy, talking about they trash some votes, talking about the people who were in the service. They throw their votes in the trash can, and all this kind of stuff. You're lost.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. And you got dignitaries who are saying now. You got even some Republicans who are saying that, yeah, you ran a race, you lost, you ought to leave it alone. You got past presidents
Yeah.
who are saying that you lost, leave it alone. You know.
Hey, Dr. William, one quick thing. This guy, Mike, the producer, he brought something to my attention this morning when he was saying that Lily Graham, who was saying he should protest, how in the hell he won? If they were cheating anybody, they would have got him.
Yeah.
I mean, all the money they spent against him. So, I mean, the fact of the matter is how they had congressmen ran, senators, and who else ran.
So
all of them people, they won, but how just Trump raised, he the only one got cheated. I mean, come on, man.
You gotta remember that President Trump was a businessman, and as a businessman and a person that knows how to create confusion, and we saw that with President Trump all through the years that he was president. That he say something today, and then tomorrow he say he didn't say it.
Yeah.
You know, so all of that was there. All of that was there, and a lot of people were looking at that kind of stuff, saying that you don't even have a word. You know, my dad used to tell me all the time, if you don't have a word, you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, the man ran a good race. He didn't complain about nothing.
Right.
And right now his main focus to me, from what I hear come out of his mouth, is that he wants to bring the country together as one.
Right.
He wants everybody to be on the same page. Now, he's not going to be able to do that by himself. It's going to take the Senate. It's going to take
right.
everybody in there to work along with him to get some things done. Right now, they've got to a point where they don't want him to have access to none of the funds to be able to help the people.
Yeah.
You know, when you
and they ain't never been did before.
No. And so
every president done
when they had those funds.
And another thing, Dr. William, that people are not looking at, why, they bickering about Trump won and all that. Do you know, Dr. William, they got hundreds of thousands of people getting that virus every day?
Mm-hmm.
They got over 240-something thousand people done died from the virus. They got over 1 million people. And just in the United States alone got the virus.
And then it seemed to be spiking.
And he worried about election. They ain't thinking about nobody. You know, like if you die, fine.
Your main focus right now should be upon pulling the country together
right.
as one.
Right.
Getting everybody to come together to work with the president. If anything, if Trump would be using a right mind, he would say, okay, I lost. Okay, so if I can help Biden, then
right.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that because I need the country to come together.
Right.
You know, I don't see where you did that much to bring the country together. You know, everything that came out of your mouth seemed to be a separation.
Trump, I believe in telling like it is, Dr. William. Trump, economical plan, he inherited a good economy, and he took advantage of it. You have to give him credit by that. And some plan that he did, I can agree with. Some of them I don't agree. But the one where I have my difficulty with him at is that they're dividing this blue state, red state. That was my biggest problem with him. I mean, when you're president for all. That's like you pastor church, y'all, Dr. Williams. You can't pastor some of the members.
Got to pastor the whole church.
Got to pastor the whole church. But him, all you talking about with them Democrats in this state, they gonna cut their money off.
Well, you got some. You that goes on all over the world. You got pastors that only go to see certain people in the hospital. So what that's saying is that I'm gonna go see the people that support me. That's all I'm gonna worry about. Just those
right.
people. You know. So what about all the other people who can't be out in the forefront where you are?
Mm-hmm.
You can't segregate yourself as a minister of God, and you shouldn't segregate yourself as the president of the United States because you're a president right. of all the people. You know, let me just say this. Just suppose you say, well, I don't want to give homosexual no rights.
Right.
Okay. Well, they have rights just like anybody else. They've chosen an alternate lifestyle, but you can't give an account for them at the judgment.
Right.
They got to give an account for themselves at the judgment. So you've got to be fair to everybody across the board, 100%. And if I give you your right because you're a straight man, I should give them their right, even though they've chosen the wrong way, chosen the wrong style of life. They should still have the same right that you have.
Right.
You know, and it's hard for some people to see that. You know, you think about it like this: Christ died for everybody, and in the Bible it says He came to seek and to save that which is lost.
Right.
Those people who go against Christ, they're lost.
Yeah.
You had people at the cross who were lost. You had people before the cross who were lost. You got people after the cross who were lost.
Yep.
You know, so you've got to try to get everybody on the same accord, coming to that. And how you do that is that you pull everybody together as one. And once you do that, then you can see where, now some people are going to get the idea, well, they're sinners. Well, that's what Christ came, for the sinner. You know, now, I might have some people out there who will disagree with me, but that's the way I see it. That's my opinion.
But I agree with you 100% on that, Doc. That you know, this country. One thing that I like to give Trump credit for. He exposed a lot of things that you see that happening now.
Trump put the whole world on national
trial.
TV.
Yeah.
He put the whole world on national TV. He exposed that you had prejudice in the Democratic Party, you had prejudice in the Republican Party, and you got prejudice in all the other parties. So he exposed that on TV. Now you can give him credit for that. You know.
Now, Dr. William. After we take a break, I wanna say this about Trump. That Trump, as a businessman, he was trying to run the United States as
like
a businessman, and I think that he got used. And I get to listen to you out there listening. If you like to get in on the conversation, 1-563-999. But after the break, Dr. William, we're going to be talking about did the religious evangelical movement, did they use Trump to their advantage? Did they use him and he not knowing? So after the break, that's going to be the topic we're going to be talking about. Did Donald Trump get used not knowing he was being used? You are listening. You are talking to Church Without Walls in the studios of the New Orleans Talk Network. We'll be right back.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth. We just stand up and fight, walk into the light. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it?
Hi, I'm Christine Penn, and NOLA, I want you to get ready for an all-new talk experience, Women of Significance, on the New Orleans Talk Network. Each week, we're covering new topics, new guests, new trends, and message of the day with me, your host, Christine Penn. So NOLA, tune in each week on the New Orleans Talk Network, where we use our voice with power, with purpose.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Bethesda House of Prayer. Bethesda is a church for non-traditional worshipers, a church designed for those who love God's Word. Would you like to attend a church where believers and non-believers can choose to worship together? A church where cultural differences does not get in the way of God's message. We invite you to be our special guest. Our services begin 9 a.m. on Sunday, located at 7601 West Bank Expressway, Suite B, Marrero, Louisiana. For more information, contact us at 504-348-0132.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
1-563-999-1808.
Yeah, give us a call. Let's see how you feel about what have happened. See how you feel about the president-elect. See how you feel about some of the promises that he made. And then guess what? You got to hold him accountable just like you would hold anybody else accountable.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Williams, let's look at some of the things that went down the 4 years that Trump was there. Now, from talking to people now, I can't tell nobody I visited the wall in Mexico or California, wherever, the boundary state where the wall came through Arizona. But I was told, and I've seen with my own two eyes, when Trump said he was going to build that wall, right? Mm-hmm. He said, I'm going to build that wall so high you can't get over it, and I'm going to build a wall all the way down. Now, to this day, Trump claimed that he built that wall many, many miles. Trump did not. I doubt if Trump built the wall. Or he added to it. Yeah. He just made it a few feet higher.
And the only other thing that happened was that you had people who had built tunnels under that wall. Mm-hmm. So they were still getting out. But that wall was to separate the Mexicans from coming over into the United States. Here's what was happening that we didn't look at. We didn't look at the fact that those Mexicans was coming over into the United States, but they were coming over to the United States in those ranches out there, and they were getting that labor as cheap labor.
Yeah.
So then
Trump hired some of them.
Yeah. So then you wanted to go. Trump built a hotel, and he used cheap labor with the Mexicans to build his hotel. So you had at this point, what you see happening was the fact that if I could get it done for a little money rather than what it should normally cost, that's business. That's business minded. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm gonna support those people who are trying to get these things done for little or nothing, because they say the rich have, those that have will always have.
Yeah.
Those that have not, they're the one who will always be. Jesus said, the poor you will always have. Mm-hmm. So my brothers and my sisters,
gonna be months.
The way the system works is that you got to have somebody at the bottom, and the people who are at the bottom is the one who the work of the United States is basically upon their back. They're the one who's out there slaving to make things better, but they don't get the credit that they should get.
Yep.
It'd be just like, put it like this: a pastor a minister who's been in the church for a long time, who worked to get a church where it is, and then all of a sudden the pastor dies, so they need another. They need to put somebody else in place, but they don't give the person that's there who's been working all that time to make things better. They don't give that person credit, or even give them an opportunity to see if they can make things better. They're gonna go out and try to bring a stranger in there. You got to be careful how people climb up or come into something, because a lot of them climbed over the wall. They didn't get there the way they should have gotten there. Mm-hmm. They just climb over the wall. And then when you see them, they're slithering around like a bunch of snakes.
Yep. But Dr. William, what we said before the break is, now this Charles Stewart saying this now, anybody else saying this. I believe in my heart, from watching, observing what I see in the news, and all news you see is not true. What you see on Facebook, a lot of that's not true.
Right.
And some of it is true. Now, what I believe in my heart, from what I want to say, my sanctified mind tell me, is that President Trump was coming up as a young man, he was able to bully his way through, and he manipulate his way through in business, regards whatever it was. Even when he lost, he thought he won. And what it was, I think, after he got to be president, the people there, they primarily a lot of the Christian brothers, like what the name of their Angelic Christian Foundation, those people, they discovered that Trump did not have the understanding about politics. They know that if I believe now, this is me believing this now, that if they said, Mr. President, you was a great man, Mr. President, this, Mr. President, that, they knew they could get anything they want out of him as long as he bullied and get some of the things he wanted. And I think their goal was to dominate the Supreme Court and get many judges statewide. In every state, they were trying to get the judges, and they wanted to control the local politics in different states. And if you notice what Trump said. They in the state that Democrat is governor of, they bad state. But he said all Republican now ain't, regardless whether you Democrat or Republican, you gonna make mistake and you gonna get corruption in politics one way or the other. But what I believe, Dr. William, is Trump was used by the angelic Christian community. They understood. And a lot of them right-wingers like Stephen Miller and all of them, they understood that he didn't understand politics. All you had to do to give him some of the things he wanted and let him be the bully and call him Mr. President, that they can get anything they want. So I think they done got most everything they want out of him. So now they kind of figure out a way how to ease away from him. Mm-hmm. And one thing that they used him, but he thought he was using them. Notice the one thing, Dr. Williams. Several years ago, I don't know how many years ago, many years ago, Trump made a statement. He said, if I ever run for president of the United States of America, I would run as a Republican. Why? He said, because they the stupid people in the whole world. Now, he said that. Now, this on record. Now, anybody that believe that I'm wrong, go on YouTube. You can pull it up. That's the word they say. If I ever run for president, I would run as a Republican because they're stupid people. So he going to the table thinking that he said, I can do anything I want to do. Them people stupid, but he will cause up with playing them, and they were playing him. Why you think he said they love me? He said, I can go out there in the streets of New York and shoot somebody, kill somebody, they still gonna love me.
Well, still, what you got to remember is that you got two form of government. One write the laws, and one enforce the laws. So if you can get enough judges in the Supreme Court and in the other courts, you got enough judgment. You got political power where you can order. And Trump had a way of ordering people to do something. If you don't follow my instructions, I'll get rid of you. Yeah. So now you've got 169 judges that he.
I knew he appointed a lot of judges.
So he appointed a lot of judges in this. So what he was looking at.
Over 160 something might be. I know he's a lot of federal judges.
Well,
hey, you know something about that? What the religious right got going for them? Mm-hmm. All them judges that he appointed, them guys was like young lawyers. Them guys
so they're gonna be in there for life.
30 years, next 40, 30 years, if God let them live.
So you got to be careful. The people of the United States have to be careful of who you're actually putting in office. And those judges that you have sitting on the bench right now, you got to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
I mean, with all of the lawsuits, and then you got a situation right now where Trump wants to file suit saying the voting was fraudulent. And like you said earlier, if all the other people who were on the voting ticket got they won, and none of them are complaining.
On the ballot all over the United States.
You got millions of votes that came in for you, and you still lost. Then why are you complaining?
Yeah.
Then if the other people was to complain that it was fraudulent vote, then you would have a whole bunch of stuff going on in the United States.
Yeah.
And people are looking at the United States right now. They're seeing how we conduct ourselves. So why should I be ruled by a country, or why should I come under submission to a country that can't even maintain the highest office in the world, who can't even make the president or claim to, call out to the president that you need to do something other than what you're doing? We're putting ourselves in jeopardy for people to look at the highest power in the world right now, where people hold that highest office, to actually be condemned. And we don't need that at this point. We need the whole world coming together. And we saw how some things that happened in the United States actually pulled people together. People may not look at it, and this is my opinion, this is the way I look at it. We look at when Jones was killed by the police. That brought a lot of blacks and white together on one page. You had whites saying, why should we continue living like that? We don't want to. We've passed that. We don't want to go back to that. The people started coming together, actually getting out in the street and marching along with blacks and white together, condemning what actually happened. So God is speaking.
Yeah.
Are we listening?
Yeah.
God is speaking. Are we listening? He's saying,
well, you make the point that
all people are my people. He said, if my people who are called by my name humble themselves, that means that you come together as one. He's saying, my people. He's saying, everybody is my people. All races are my people. Y'all created racism. Y'all created racism. I didn't put that into my salvation plan. Y'all created racism. Y'all created racism, so now you want to classify each other. That's why I won't allow anybody to call me an African American. Call me an American. That's what I am. I was born here in America. If you're going to call me anything, that's what I am.
Real, we got to take our last break for the day. If you want to get in, you're welcome. 1-563-999-1808. You are listening and you are watching Church Without Walls.
We just stand up and fight, walk into the light. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Duforce Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach the Word of God. Thank you, and God bless.
God bless you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
This program does not reflect the views and opinions of the New Orleans Talk Network. Viewer discretion is advised.
are listening, you are watching Church Without Walls. Dr. William, we're talking about the election, but but right now they got that I want to make sure that I get this thing here. I I guess we can call this a bullet thing. We're gonna get back to the subject. I want to congratulate them Saints. They cut up last night, Dr. William. I don't intend to say that in the beginning.
Them kind of schools.
They demolished Tampa Bay. And they was able to let Jamie, what that boy name? Jamie, I can't think his last name. Like they Tampa Bay wouldn't re-sign him. They even let him. They even let him. They even let him got in the race. In the game. And I know that had to be a thrill of his life to see the Saints beat up on them like that. I think his name is Jamin Winston. I think his last name. Yeah, they even let him in the game last night. But again, congratulate the Saints for their. I got to use the president still elect right now, Donald Trump. When he said tremendous, they did something to him. But anyway, Dr. William, back to what we were talking about, the religious right. Everybody wants what they want, and I think when under the Trump administration, he got some of the things he wanted, and some of the people that was supporting him, that got on board with him, they got what they wanted. When I said that, Rev, some of the people that used to put sheet over their head, hide out, they wasn't putting that sheet over their head, now cutting the holes in. Look out, they were wearing three-piece suits, walking around here. They proud.
Well, you gotta think about it like this. Stuart, the Ku Klux Klan felt like no longer do they have to hide themselves behind a mask.
Right.
They can put on three-piece suit, put on police uniform, and go out there and do the same thing, enforce slavery as it was then, and use it as a cloak to hide what they're doing. So we have that word called colloquialism or cloakism, whereas you're doing it, but you're hiding your hand so people can't see you doing it.
Right.
You're speaking one thing in the face of a people, but you're doing something else behind their back. And this is a situation that came up with Donald Trump. That's why people were looking at the fact that he was lying. He tell you something today, and then tomorrow he said he didn't do it.
Yep.
He instruct people to do something, and if they won't do what he say do, then he terminates them.
Yep.
Or he create a situation where he's not terminating them, but the people are terminating him. So it looks like the people are doing it. So in other words, I'm gonna get it done one way or the other.
Right.
So that's the one thing that I did not like about him.
But Dr. William, how life goes. Take like Fox News, the whole while. The reason what made me think that the Angelica
Boyd,
they gonna dump him and a bunch of them religious right now. The Klan must stick with him. But you take like those people that support him, like Fox News all them years. If you notice, right now, Donald Trump, he mad with Fox News now because he called the owner of Murdoch and complained to him about what his reporters saying on there. But I think that Fox owner guy on Fox.
The news media, Dr. Stewart, the news media is more interested in rating.
Yeah.
So they're going to do whatever they need to do, say whatever they need to say to get their ratings up. And so actually what they did was they used Donald Trump to get their rating up. And that was something that the people wanted to hear on what was going on. Everything that actually come across the news media is not factual.
And you know something, Dr. William, you got to give Trump credit now, regardless of what you say. I agree with some things that he did. I agree with a lot of things he did. But the biggest thing of it is that is that Trump
he kept to his game plan.
uh,
He used a form that a lot of people wanted to hear, especially some white folks who was Klansmen or whatnot. He's gonna make America great again. Basically, if you actually analyze that, what he was saying is, I'm gonna bring you back to the form of slavery.
yeah.
Okay, and that's gonna make
When
America
he
great
said,
again.
Make America great
Yeah,
again.
You know, because I'm gonna put us back on top. That's
Yep.
basically what he's saying. But a lot of people heard it, but they didn't receive it. You know, they only heard the words "Make America Great Again." You're gonna make America great again. That means that you're gonna pull all of the people get together.
Right.
Everybody's gonna be on the same page, and everybody's gonna be trying to do something positive, not negative. So that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen now. We're hopeful and have hope that Biden will be able to do that, to bring the people together. You know.
He'll be able to bring some of them together, but I think.
Well, he's gonna have some obstacles. You know.
And what I believe gonna happen, Dr. Williams, is that I believe that that Trump he gonna have that fallout with Murdoch, cause Murdoch he one of the richest guys probably in I don't know about in the world, but he very very rich, and Trump can't bulldoze him. So I think Trump, remember, he got over 700 million people voted for him. And I do know they say his network, at least the people that follow him, is about 40 million. So my prediction is, to get back at Murdoch, he gonna go start his own television station. He gonna start something, a radio show, a television station. Look for that to happen in the future, because he gonna want to get back at him. And with the kind of following that he got, 40 million, they say, guarantee us a lot of people that follow him. So he just about in position to do some of the things that he want to do, but that's his ego to do that.
Let me put this in there, Stuart. You know that when God created Satan, Satan wanted to take the place of man. So when Satan was kicked out of heaven, then he took 1/3 of heaven with him. Now think about what you're saying about 40% of 40% of the angels that were in heaven. They left with him, and they didn't go with him because he had power. They went with him because of the lies that he told, that caused them to follow him. So you've got the same thing happening right now. You've got people who are following Donald Trump not because so much that he has power, because any power that he had, he failed to realize that power was temporary. It wasn't permanent. And God will allow you to have temporary power, you know, only for a short season. So to the people that are listening to us today, think about some of those things and try and hold the people that we've elected to put in office, try and hold them accountable for what their promises were. Now, they're not going to be able to keep all of the promises that they made, but at least you need to see some growth, that some of those promises are being kept.
Yep. Well, Rev, look like our time will run out. The time go by fast sometimes. And
Well, this was a good topic, and I'm sorry people didn't call in to respond to it, but we're trying to give you the information that you need, and hopefully you can come in and start sharing some of your comments with us.
And a lot of them know more than we know, Rev. But anyway, before we go, Rev, you know, one of the greatest gospel singer and pastor, you know, passed away this week, Rank Allen.
He did?
Yeah, and I don't know when his funeral gonna be, but he had passed away last week. I think that might have been last Thursday, Friday he died. So I haven't heard nothing about his funeral arrangement, but we wouldn't want to leave the air without, you know,
Acknowledging him.
Acknowledge him, because he was. Everybody know that song. There's something about that name. And he, you know, his guy was seen smile all the time. Every time you see, he had a smile on his face.
And also, so we want to acknowledge the people that normally listen to us
Right.
every day, who watch us on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. We appreciate your listening. We acknowledge you that you are listening to us, you don't call in, but we wish that you would start calling in and share some opinion with us and give us a little help. We need your help.
Yeah, till next week, Real, we sign off by saying, Real,
No such thing as being half dead.
if you're dead, you're dead. Love y'all. We hope y'all have a beautiful week, and God bless you in everything that you do. God bless everybody.
Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.